Welcome to our today's reflection, Good Friday. Good Friday is a solemn day in the Christian calendar that commemorates the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. It is a time for reflection on the sacrifice that Jesus made for humanity, as well as a time to contemplate the meaning of suffering and redemption. In this day, we reflect on the reading from the prophet Isaiah, chapter 52, verse 13 to 53, and verse 12. Psalms 31, Hebrews chapter 4, verse 14 to 16, then chapter 5, verse 7 to 9, and the Gospel of St. John, chapter 18, verse 1 to 19, then 42. In light of my own life experience. The passage from Isaiah 52 is often referred to as the suffering servant passage, which prophesies the suffering and death of Jesus Christ. It speaks of a servant who is despised and rejected by men, who bears the sins of many, and who is ultimately vindicated by God. This passage reminds me and you of the profound love and sacrifice that Jesus demonstrated on the cross, willingly taking on the sins of the world in order to bring about redemption. Psalm 31 is a cry for help and deliverance in the face of suffering and persecution. The psalmist expresses trust in God's faithfulness and mercy, even in the midst of great distress. This psalmist personates with me and you as we reflect on times in our own lives when we have felt overwhelmed by challenges and difficulties. Like the psalmist, we need to find solace in turning to God in prayer and placing our trust in His unfailing love. God will always not abandon us. He's a faithful God and a loving Father. When you always run to God, He will always answer your prayer. He will never leave us. In Hebrews chapter 4, verse 14 to 16, we are reminded that Jesus is our great high priest who sympathizes with our weaknesses and intercedes for us before God. This passage speaks to the comfort and assurance that we can find in Jesus, who understands our struggle and offers us grace and mercy in our time of need. It is a reminder that we can approach God with confidence, knowing that we will receive His mercy and grace. The Gospel of John recounts the events leading up to and including the crucifixion of Jesus. It is a powerful and poignant narrative that highlights the suffering and sacrifices of Jesus, as well as the profound love that He has for humanity. As I read this passage, I am struck by the depth of Jesus' love for us and the extent to which He was willing to go in order to bring about our salvation. In our own lives, We might have experienced moments of suffering and hardship that have tested our faith and resilience. How was your reaction in this moment of difficulties, the moment of challenges? How was your reaction? Like Jesus, we may have faced rejection, betrayal, and pain, which may make us feel abandoned by God. I once faced all this, which was not easy for me. However, through it all, I have found strength and comfort in my relationship with God. I have learned to trust in His faithfulness and to lean on His grace in times of trouble. God is great and powerful always. As we reflect on the readings of this day, we are reminded of the profound love and sacrifice that Jesus demonstrated on the cross. Just see that love that He had for us, for you and me, going ahead and dying on that cross. His death was not in vain, but rather a powerful act of redemption that offers hope and salvation to all who believe. May we take this time to reflect on the meaning of suffering and redemption and to draw closer to God in our own moments, trials, and tribulation. This is the day that we are requested to fast and give alms. Do not fast and keep it so that after you come and use it by yourself. Whatever you fast, please take it to the poor and give it out. Let somebody benefit for your fasting today. It is a day of prayer. It is a day that we need to look in ourselves and see how far have we gone in our relationship with God. It is a time to ask ourselves, how many times have I crucified Jesus in my life? This is the day. This is the day that we need to reflect on those things that we see that many of the times we run away from Him. Ask yourself and come back again and again and ask, how is my relationship with Christ? May we have a blessed day, a prayerful day, a contemplation day, as we continue to contemplate to our crucified Jesus, who died on the cross for our sake, for that love, the great love He had for us. Amen.